Alright, here we are with another Android video. This time it was more about sensors and specifically the gravity sensor. We could use any, but like gravity was the main one suggested, so I decided to go with that. So first I'm going to show how it works and then I'll get into the details. So on Android Studio at least, you can click this extended controls button to get this window, which has a bunch of different things. And if you go into the virtual sensors and device pose, that's how you can move the phone around. So here it's a little bit of a game. Decided to do that with it. So the green things are power-ups, and there's a few different ones. There's double points. There is double ball. That's game over. I died. I think there's invincibility from what I remember. And there's one other one, but that's kind of what I did for it. The red are down or up, so I called them just to be funny, and they just make you lose health. And then the yellow blocks are actually how you get points. You hit them and you bounce off. It's hard to tell with the since you can move the phone direction, but you bounce off in the other direction a little bit. So I'll show the code now. It was kind of complicated, kind of not. So we have the same ball, bouncing ball view, and box as the last couple of times, but then there's the other thing. So here in the main activity, obviously set up the bouncing ball view, have her on create, and then I have to set up a sensors method, which sets up the gravity sensor. If sensor manager to get default sensor accelerometer not null, you get the sensor. And if it's is null, then no accelerometer in your phone. You can't do this. Very unlikely, but it's a good check to have. Then on resume and on pause. Basic stuff there. Uh, I said this is the same as last time, but it's actually not. It's all the old stuff is the same, but I had to add the new stuff, and that's mostly in the on draw. So starting from the top, draw the box. That's like last time, but then we have this if game over variable, and that's how we get this screen with the text. Excuse me. And then here's the health, which is what makes game over be true. And if your health is 0, it returns, so it goes to the top of this. And then do any other checks. Then if down or size is less than 3, we spawn some more. That's just so it's not too hard. Then draw all of the balls, which there's one, but you kind of get another. That's the power up. Then this is how we randomly spawn the power ups and the rectangles. And there's a limit, but here we see the system time and we just compare it against some milliseconds here just so it's random. Then here's draw the power ups. Schema, this is randomly spawning them, but then there's a different one for actually drawing them. So use the iterator. I used the standard array list before, but I was having some issues with that. So since we're literally iterating, I just use the iterator instead. And we'll just draw all of the power-ups and then also check collision with the balls and the power-ups. And then we do a similar thing with the rectangles, except for there's double score +2, otherwise +1. And then this is how we do the bouncing in different directions. I'll show the rectangle in a second. And then our downer ups, which subtracts health. And this is this current time minus lost health greater than lost health cooldown. That's just so you touch one and you don't want to lose health every frame. Basically, you want there will be a cooldown so you don't die instantly. That would be the point of the health. And then this is I'll reload just to show it, but this is the top corner of the screen where which shows the effects of the power-ups that are currently in play and your health and your score, obviously. So I'm gonna just try and get that one up there. See now a speed up, that's the other one as well. So that just does the ones that are currently in play. And on size change, that's the same as last time. On sensor change, which is just for the accelerometer, see it sets the acceleration of the balls. On accuracy change, that's just a test basically. Spawn power up, this is how we do it with a random. And see, it doesn't actually spawn it, or it doesn't display it on screen, it just adds it to the list, which then you can do dot draw. Same with down rep and rectangle. Except for here we have this switch, so we know which side is, or this is so that, I'll show it again, but it's so that it basically looks like the rectangle is flush with each side. So I'm just waiting for one to show up here. So yeah, that's how it does that. And then on the top, it's obviously would be horizontal. You see, like that. And then apply power up is where we do it. So power up to get typed, that's an enum. So here we can just do a case where we have speed up, slow down, double points, double ball. Then unapply power up, it's just in reverse. It removes the effect after a certain period of time. That's why we use this post delay, which is depreciated, but it does work for this. And there's the actual duration there. See how it basically takes all of this and then a duration. And then showing the power up itself, it's pretty simple. Uh, no, power up type is the enum, my mistake, but the power up has a power up type. So see here, and then the defaults, other than X and Y, of course. And then your draw, which draws an oval, a check collision, which I can just use that to build in a rectf intersects, which I didn't know of last time. I made my own way of doing collision, but this is a much simpler way to do it. And then power up to your get type there. And then rectangle, just check collision is collision from top. I could have made this a separate class, but this one I felt it was simple enough that I could put it in here, obviously. This is one I knew I wasn't coming back to, so if I was, I would have done it. But since it was simple and I wasn't coming back to it, I didn't. But realistically, you would want these to be in their own class and end up taking a ball and a rectangle. And this is see how it returns that. So we can check if it's a collision specific, because this is just to check collision in general, but this is to check collision from a specific direction, and then based on the direction, we do an operation to make it have that little slight bounce off effect. But yeah, I think that's everything I have to say about this one. It was pretty fun because I could make it gamey. Once again, still not my favorite. We haven't gotten to that one yet. It might be the next one, but if not, it's the one after that. So hopefully, I might be wrong about that too. But I'm going through all these at the end of the day anyway, so it doesn't matter. So with that said, have a good one.